Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down Tony Robbins' incredible framework for getting what you actually want out of life. And it's all about making a huge shift from just managing your life to actively designing your own future.
So let's just dive right in with a big question Robbins asks, and it's a real game changer. Think about it. Managing your life is all about reacting, right? It's putting out fires, just trying to get by. But creating, well, that's about being the architect. You decide what you want it to look like, and then you start building it, brick by brick.
And this quote, this really captures the level of commitment we're talking about. I mean, just picture it. When you burn the boats, there is no going back. You have no choice. Your mind literally stops looking for an escape route and puts all its energy into one thing, taking that island. It's how you tell yourself, hey, I am all in.
Okay, so let's dig into our first section, creator versus manager. And you got to understand, this isn't just a small choice. This is the fundamental decision that really sets the stage for everything else that happens. Here is the absolute key to all of this. You don't experience some kind of objective reality. Nope. Your brain is kind of like a search engine. Whatever you type in, whether it's what's wrong with my life or what are my opportunities today, that is exactly what it will find. So your focus literally creates your reality.
So the big question is, how do you actually control that focus? Well, Robbins gives us this incredibly practical framework. I want you to think of these 3 core decisions as the control panel for your mind. At any given moment, you can use them to completely change how you experience your life.
It's this simple but incredibly powerful sequence. First, you focus on something. Then your brain instantly assigns a meaning to it. Is this a devastating setback? Or is this a setup for an amazing comeback? And see, that meaning creates an emotion, which then drives your action. What are you going to do about it? If you can master this little sequence, you can pretty much master your life. Okay, but making all these changes, that takes a ton of energy, right? So where does that energy even come from? Well, our third section here dives into this idea of unlimited energy. And the secret isn't what you think. It's not about just gritting your teeth and trying harder. It's about tapping into the right kind of motivation. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. You've got 2 types. Push motivation is like trying to roll a giant boulder uphill. It's all willpower. And you know what? Eventually, you're going to get tired. But pull motivation, that's like being drawn forward by a powerful magnet. You're not forcing it. You're being pulled towards something you deeply, deeply want. And that is a source of energy that is basically limitless.
So how do you find that pull motivation? It really comes down to this. When you find something you care about more than your own comfort, it could be your family, a cause, a creative vision, all your personal insecurities and fears just start to seem small. The mission becomes so much bigger than your fear, and that's when you become unstoppable.
And that pull motivation we were just talking about, well, that's the fuel you need for the relentless action it takes to build real, unshakable confidence. Which brings us right into our 4th section, confidence through competence. Robbins has such a powerful take on this. You can't just think your way to self-esteem. It's not about repeating affirmations in the mirror. It's earned through action, especially when nobody else is watching. So forget about what other people are saying. Forget the praise, forget the criticism. Real, deep self-esteem comes from one place, the promises you keep to yourself. It's that quiet, internal knowledge that you have put in the work, you've done the reps, you've done the hard stuff.
If you want a perfect example of this in action, just look at a guy like NBA superstar Steph Curry. We all see the unbelievable shots he makes in the games, but we don't see the foundation. And it starts right here with 500 practice shots every single day. No excuses.
And of course, that daily practice just compounds. Week after week, that's 3,500 shots. This isn't just casual practice. This is a relentless, disciplined obsession with mastering his craft.
And you zoom out over his whole career, and you're talking about something like 2 million practice shots. Let that sink in for a second. 2 million. So when you see him take a half-court shot and then turn his back before it even goes in, that's not arrogance, that's certainty. It's certainty that was born from an insane amount of private repetition. And that really brings us to this fundamental truth of life. You get rewarded in public for what you consistently practice in private. You can't just wish for confidence. You have to build it, moment by moment through competence. It is earned, never given.
Okay,
And this brings us to our fifth and final section, which honestly might be the most powerful mindset shift of them all. It's a way to reframe adversity that can turn your greatest pain into your greatest strength.
This simple shift, it's just one word, but the change is profound. Life happens to you makes you a victim, right? A victim of circumstance. But life happens for you? That transforms you into the hero of your own story. It suggests that every single challenge is there to serve you in some way, to make you stronger.
You know, psychologists actually call this post-traumatic growth. This idea that our deepest struggles can lead to the most profound positive changes. This mindset turns every difficulty into a call to adventure. The dragons you have to face, both inside yourself and out in the world, they're not there to destroy you. They're there to be overcome. And on the other side of that battle is a treasure, wisdom, strength, and a story you can share to help others.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. I want you to look back at the hardest time in your life. Now, you wouldn't want to repeat it for anything, but what did it give you? What part of you became stronger or more compassionate or more resilient because you went through it? The answer to that question, well, that's how you'll see that life has always been happening for you.